Hello everyone. There's a tool that I use at work in order to make my work environment a safer place to be, and it's this thing. This is a box cutter. So it's a pretty simple tool really. It's literally just an X-Acto blade embedded in hard plastic. But you have the blunt end right here, and this is what I use to cut the cardboard. And then inside is the actual X-Acto blade, which is what I use to cut plastic. And about once a week, I'm usually explaining to people how to be safe with these things, because it's like one of the things that you teach someone when they start where I work. But it occurred to me, you can probably see where I'm going with this, right? It occurred to me that this looks like a crochet hook, doesn't it? So what if I crocheted with it? However, this could be a dangerous crochet hook because there's an X-Acto blade where the hook part is. So is it going to cut the yarn? That's what we're going to find out today. I'm not concerned if this breaks because, well, if it breaks, the video is going to be over because I'm not going to use a broken box cutter. That's unsafe. And I don't mind if this breaks at home because I can always just get another one at work. But that's what we're going to do today. I have yarn that I don't care about, so there'll be no tears shed if I cut the knife or break the knife. Yeah, I think breaking the knife will be the thing. I'm not actually going to attempt to cut the knife with a different thing. All right, so, ooh. First, we're going to do the foundation chain, which 7, I think, will be a good number. We'll see. And like with crochet, we have to try a couple different stitches. So we'll try the single crochet, the half double crochet, and then the double crochet, which, again, the naming is stupid, but that's what they're called. There we go. Oh, maybe I don't want it quite so tight. I'm tempted to say that's what she said. Although it probably would have been less awkward if I was less apologetic about it. Next time I'll just fully commit. All right. Yeah, I'm holding this way differently than I would a normal crochet hook already. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Oop. 8. One of the elements of an upcoming video just tried to affect the video, and it was like, no, you'll get your turn. Wait your turn, sir. There you go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Time. I mean, that went relatively without disaster. It's also weird to be holding a flat object as a crochet hook, too, because it's like most crochet hooks are round and they're thinner than this. I'm not usually used to holding like a flat inch in my hand when I'm crocheting. Maybe that's affecting how this is going. Anyway, let's get that first row going. It might be easier if I had some sort of grip, except I have more than I could ever hope to grip for with this crochet hook. Usually they're often like a bit like thinner and harder to grasp, which is why there's such a market for crochet hooks with handles in them. All right, this one's a little bit harder to maneuver now. Oop, come on. There we go. I have a small circular piece of foam, in my jewelry box right now. I think it's in my jewelry box. That is wrapped with masking tape. And it looks like absolute trash. But I do not plan on ever getting rid of it. Because my grandmother used to crochet. And she had osteoporosis in her hands. Or I think she had arthritis too. But she definitely had osteoporosis, and so she had a hard time gripping the crochet hook. And that's what she used to make it easier, was that little piece of foam wrapped in masking tape. I did want my grandmother to teach me how to crochet. Unfortunately, that never happened because I developed an interest in learning how to crochet when I was 12, and then she died when I was 13. And so the timing didn't quite work up. But the irony of the entire thing is my grandmother, like, she always made the same thing. Like, literally, she always made the same thing, and I actually know more about crocheting now than she does. She would make granny square blankets. I don't really make granny squares anymore. I don't really make granny squares too much, but I could probably make one if I put my mind to it. All right, so that is the first row of single crochet, which it went down to 6 stitches because with the foundation chain, you always add a couple more stitches than what you actually want it to be, because the first couple stitches, depending on what crochet stitch you do, actually like form up to form the first part of the next row. So now that we're doing half double crochet, I'm going to do that chain bit so we have it for the next row. All right. Which means I actually have to wrap the yarn around the hook. Oh, and hope nothing gets cut. Yeah. You can see how like dangerously close the yarn is to the X-Acto blade. All right, just pull it through. Boom. We did it. All right. Let's try this one again. I don't know why my throat just made that noise. I'm sorry about that. It's just a human body. There you go. Yeah, I would never hold a crochet hook like this. This is like a complete 180 to how I would be holding a crochet hook. Because if I had a crochet hook, I'd be like holding it. Let's see. Maybe I would. I might be holding it more like this instead of like that. That's like a 45-degree angle difference there. Anyway, I have to figure out what I did with most of my crochet hooks. I cleaned my studio recently. And I'm not sure where I put them. I know they're here in the house somewhere. I have at least a good dozen. Not as many crochet hooks as I have knitting needles, but still. Quite a few. There you go. That's the row of half double crochet right there. So now we're going to chain 3 to make a row of double crochet. That's 1, 2. Oh, I have that higher up There we go. 3. Oh. Sometimes I lose my grip and then it takes out the past couple stitches and it's like, eh. But I had a pretty easy, that was pretty easy compared to other projects. Sometimes you drop a project and you lose a row, and then it just ruins the project. But in that case, it didn't really matter. All right. So now we're going to do our double crochet. That, and that. Now I pull through all of those. All right. Oh, don't come off the hook. Don't come off the hook. There we go. So we wrap that around. I mean, one of the side effects of this is that I'm doing it very, very loosely, because if I did it super tight, something would have been cut by now. Yes, I'm going to go like that. Did I lose a stitch? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Nope, I'm still good. Okay, so this is the last stitch. Oh, I was trying to put that through the yarn. You don't want to split the yarn. I think I split the yarn anyway. Okay. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I did drop a stitch. I dropped a stitch. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I did drop a stitch somewhere. Where's the other stitch? I don't know. But that's the last row right there. I mean, it didn't do a bad job, honestly. But I was also like on tiptoes the entire time, kind of like when you got a newborn baby and you don't want to wake it up from its nap. That type of deal. It's like you don't want to cut the yarn, you want to keep the fun going. If I had done it with like a much tighter tension, I probably would have cut it. Oh, I think I see where the stitch is now. In that case, let me just add that last stitch there. There we go. Now that's the true end. That's the true end of that one. Once again, we have proved that even though I could crochet with this, the traditional crochet hook is much better at its job. Yeah. It's kind of hard to see the stitches, honestly. That was today's entertainment. Have a nice day.